Welcome back to the This Old Baker podcast. I'm your host, Kim Artlip, and today we're talking about something that feels a little old-fashioned, but suddenly very relevant again, your pantry. Specifically, a well-stocked pantry filled with smart, flexible pantry mixes, because let's be honest, times are tough, prices are wild, weather doesn't behave like it used to, and the world feels just unpredictable enough that comfort matters more than ever. And comfort, my friend, often starts in the kitchen. A stocked pantry isn't about fear or hoarding or panic buying. It's about peace of mind. It's knowing that even when the power flickers, the roads are bad, the store shelves are half empty, or the budget is tighter than usual, you can still feed your people. That's powerful. Pantry mixes are one of the quiet heroes of that kind of kitchen confidence. They don't scream for attention. They don't require fancy ingredients. They just sit there patiently, waiting to save the day. A soup base that turns into dinner with a handful of vegetables. A biscuit mix that becomes comfort on a cold night. A gravy base that stretches leftovers into something warm and filling. A pancake mix that makes a hard morning feel softer. And here's the thing. Pantry mixes aren't just convenient. They're intentional. When you make them yourself, you control the cost. You control the flavor. You control the sodium, the sweetness, the quality. You're no longer at the mercy of whatever the store decided to stock this week. And when prices keep climbing, that matters. One jar of a well-built pantry mix can replace multiple box products. Often at a fraction of the cost, it stretches meals, it stretches budgets, it stretches peace of mind. And let's talk about weather for a second. Unpredictable weather changes how we eat. Cold snaps, heat waves, storms. They all push us toward comfort food, warm food, familiar food. When your pantry is stocked with mixes you already know how to use, you don't have to think. You don't have to stress. You don't have to improvise under pressure. You just cook. There's something deeply grounding about that. And emotionally, pantry mixes do something even bigger. They connect us to memory. They remind us of kitchens where someone always had something on hand. Of dinners that came together, even when money was tight. Of the quiet magic of making something nourishing from very little. That kind of comfort doesn't come from a drive-through. It comes from jars on a shelf, labeled in familiar handwriting, ready when you are. And no, your pantry doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't need to be Instagram worthy. It just needs to be useful. Start with the mixes you already reach for. Build one at a time. Let your pantry grow the way real kitchens always have. Slowly, intentionally, and with love. Because a stocked pantry isn't about preparing for the worst. It's about making the everyday easier. And right now, easier matters. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me today on the This Old Baker podcast. If this episode made you look at your pantry a little differently, you're exactly where you need to be. Until next time, keep cooking, keep building, and take comfort in the simple things.